Hi, welcome to the CalSoft podcast series. This is your host Mark Rodrigues. With me, I have today Nixon Vincent, Senior Principal QA at CalSoft, and we're going to be discussing the SAN storage roadmap. Um, Nixon is a storage expert with focus on SAN technologies, having expertise of over 10 years working on high impact storage profiles like virtualization, STS, scale out, etc. So it's great to have you on here, Nixon.
Hi, Mark.
So Nixon, we're going to be discussing today the ever-evolving SAN storage ecosystem and what storage vendors have to offer versus what customers are looking for. So let's jump right into the topic. First off, what do you think is the personality profile of SAN storage vendors today?
All right. So, to talk about the personality profile, in the recent years, we have been seeing SVD or the virtualization, SDS, software defined storage, and everything. So, what I think is the latest one and the current one is scale out storage and tiering with tiering a cluster. So, what the solution that many of the vendors provide here is a chance to have a scale out cluster where you can have, instead of having a 4 to 8 node cluster, you can have a 100 to 200 node cluster. They leverage the existing architecture of DFS, and in addition to this they provide the tiering features. So tiering can help you in having a slower drives with the faster drives and still give you the performance of the faster drives. So what I understand is the current trend is having a scale out with tiering cluster.
Okay. What about all flash arrays? Is that the current new big thing in the industry?
It was all flash arrays when the flash drives came in, and the vendors tried to make a all flash array. It was good, and it was good for smaller customers. It was fine until the smaller customers were happy. But how to hit the bigger customer with this? You cannot expect a bigger customer to have 10, 50 years of hundreds of nodes with all flash sitting on it. Flash are so expensive, and what the customer wants is not an all flash array. They need the speed of the flash though. So they need the speed of the flash, but they don't want to spend so much on the drives. So they want a solution where they can use the slower drives, but get a speed of the faster drives.
Okay. Nixon, iSCSI has established itself as a major protocol. Do you think this trend will continue?
Yes. So what I think is iSCSI took 5 to 10 years for iSCSI to establish it as a major protocol. So if you look at the path that iSCSI took, you will see right after iSCSI was standardized and everything, it came into market. You see the evolution of there was a huge phase where FC evolved very rapidly. So FC had a lot of advantages, and it still has a lot of advantages. But the problem is the infrastructure has to be completely laid out differently. You need to put a different infrastructure for FC, and it is costly. So yes, until there was the availability of high-speed gigabit Ethernets, yes, FC was the great competition for iSCSI. But then after high-speed gigabit Ethernets came, iSCSI has a lot of advantages. iSCSI has a lot of advantages. So yes, iSCSI will still continue, but then iSCSI is transporting SCSI commands, which is becoming a bottleneck for the NVMe-based SSD drives as of now. So what you will see is a replacement for these SCSI commands, and there would be a major protocol that will be coming in the near future.
Okay. Nixon, also RDMA has been around for some time now, but the deployment is not as much as it was expected. Why do you think that's happened?
Right, you are right. So yes, and I would say that is a very sad part from the storage industry side. RDMA is a very successful protocol, but then it didn't see that success while during the deployment cases. RDMA does have the abilities that it claims, but then the customers are not ready for implementing the RDMA in their network. So problem is they are satisfied with whatever the current protocol is, but they were satisfied until the arrival of slow SSDs and everything. But then with the NVMe based high speed SSDs, they are facing a bottleneck. As I said, they are facing a bottleneck with the SCSI translation to NVMe, and they will have to depend on RDMA in the upcoming future. But to say RDMA has never stopped evolving. RDMA has been evolving in parallel with all the growing technologies. RDMA did implement IVAR for TCP. RDMA did bring in an extension for iSCSI as ICER, and RDMA also is part in converged Ethernet called ROCKY. And Mellanox and Intel are still doing developments on that. So yes, you will be seeing RDMA playing a major role, at least in the backend networks, in the upcoming future.
And how soon do you think that would happen?
As I said, customers, the storage industry and the server industry are growing so fast. Customer is happy with the current features that they are getting. But yes, if the latency that the SSD cards are facing now has to be solved, you will have to at least step onto RDMA as of now before finding an ultimate solution. And it would be at least 5 years for that.
Okay. Also, how do you think the storage industry is planning to take on high-speed flash drives and advanced CPUs that we're seeing nowadays?
Yes. So, if you take the case of Intel, last time I have been reading about this, and they say that in 2017 they are coming up with a processor which will have a network card integrated on it. So that's how fast they are growing.
Okay.
So you have a network card integrated on a processor. That means you can it would be like a processor accessing a RAM on your system. You will be able to access a network memory. You will be able to access a storage on the remote from a processor. So that's the speed at which the Intel is going on the CPU side. And if you see the flash drives also, the flash drives are currently so fast, and the SCSI commands are becoming a bottleneck for the current NVMe based SSDs. So yes, what I think is there will be a major protocol that will be coming in. As I said, NVMe has its advantages of being a simple command set and an efficient command set compared to SCSI. And the fact that SCSI translation to NVMe as of now is creating an additional latency of around 100 microseconds compared to 8 to 10 microseconds, which is to be in case of a purely NVMe SSD. So yes, there is a new protocol that is getting standardized as NVMe over Fabrics. That would be the next big thing that will be coming in future, but we won't be stepping up right to NVMe over Fabrics. There is NVMe over RDMA as of now, and since RDMA is well established and is good for backends and everything, we will see NVMe over RDMA as of now. RDMA can be ICER or IVARP or ROCKY or anything, and in the next 5 to 10 years you will be seeing NVMe or Fabrics if there is no other protocol that is coming up to compete.
Okay. This seems like a long-term roadmap, right? About 2016, what do you think is going to be the largest thing in SAN storage in 2016?
So talking about the trends, the problem is recently it has happened so that everything that is standardized currently is going to hit the market or get deployed successfully or used majorly only after 10 years. That is what we see in the case of iSCSI. So yes, that would be the NVMe of Fabrics is the next big thing in the protocol side. But in 2016, from the storage vendors perspective, I see most of the startup storage vendors and the big storage vendors are trying to acquire the startup vendors who are implementing scale out storages with tiering. So yes, 2016 you will see a lot of vendors coming up with scale out storages which has tiering functionality.
Okay, brilliant. Well, that's a wrap from our side. It was great to have you on the show, Nixon, and we hope to see you back again.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. It was nice.
Thank you. We would love to hear your feedback on this podcast and any questions that you may have for us. You can write to us or reach us at marketing@calsoftinc.com. That's marketing@calsoftinc.com. Thank you and have a great day. Bye bye.